If you're to that point, we could even go so far as to you could build your own clutch if you'd like.
Welcome back to Christina's Garage Gearhead in Training. As you can see behind me, I am at the PRI show in Indianapolis, Indiana. This is my first time ever attending this event. I am very excited. I've been told it is more racing focused. I do have a couple of interviews lined up for today, but overall I'm here to learn, meet new people, and network. And yeah, let's head on in and see what we can find. I'm here with Trent with Centerforce. I met a coworker of his, Casey, on the airplane yesterday, and
Small world.
I didn't realize pretty much everybody on the plane was coming to PRI.
Yep.
He was telling me that you guys manufacture clutches, and I don't know. I have like the basic idea.
Sure.
But would you mind sharing like where you guys started and
Sure.
what you guys do specifically?
So we are a family-owned business. We've been in business for, I believe this is our 42nd year. Bill Hayes, who's something of a legend in the automotive industry, performance aftermarket or whatever, he had Hayes Clutches, which is around for many, many years, very popular brand. He ended up selling that off to Holley, but he still had some ideas and other stuff that he wanted to do, and so he started Centerforce after his non-compete and all that stuff had expired. But basically what he did is he brought diaphragm style clutches, which are these fingers here, to kind of the forefront. So there's a couple of patented technologies that he did. One is these centrifugal weights. That is, you only ever see it on Centerforce because that's a patented product of ours. Basically, so this is basically a spring, essentially. Okay, so what that spring does is it applies pressure to the disc. This disc is sandwiched. If you're in the car, basically this is sandwiched between the disc is attached to the transmission, that spline that it engages the transmission.
So the transmission's this direction.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
And then it basically clamps the clutch disc against the flywheel.
Okay.
The flywheel is what's attached to the engine. And so basically, these are just a giant spring that's inside here, okay?
Okay.
And so that's what applies pressure. And so when you disengage the clutch, these will release the spring, the tension on the disc, essentially. So one of our patented technologies is these centrifugal weights, and basically these act as a function of RPM. So when the clutch is engaged and you're moving, as engine RPM increases, these spring or these weights will spread out on the fingers and actually lift up on them, and that actually increases increases holding capacity.
Oh.
So that's one of the ways we're able to get a light clutch pedal. So I don't know if you've been in a lot of stick cars, but some of them have a very, very heavy pedal, like you almost need a linebacker's left leg. Well, with these, we're able to achieve a light pedal feel, so it's something that you could do very easily or whatever, but still have the holding capacity that you need for a performance engine.
So with like, a lot of people are telling me I should be mindful. I have back issues. I'm medically retired because of a low back issue.
Sure.
And it made me a little bit afraid about wanting to keep my car a manual, but I want to stick with it being a stick. I don't want to go automatic just because that's what my dad wanted to do. And also it's something that I want to be able to learn how to do.
Sure.
With it being lighter, does that help with, like, do I have to go as far down? I don't have too much experience yet, but...
Okay, yeah, so no, it's just the amount of pressure it takes to release the clutch. So, I mean, especially if you've got some back issues and things like that, obviously the lighter the better. And so yeah, that's what we specialize in, is maintaining that light clutch pedal feel, but yet having the holding capacity that you need for a performance style engine. You haven't really gotten into like how modified this engine's going to be or anything like that, but basically we're able to achieve the holding capacity from mild to wild, from stock all the way up to 1,300, 1,600 horsepower, while maintaining that light clutch pedal feel. With that and a few other technologies, little other tricks, stuff that we have in there.
And depending on the use of the car, do you change the style or type of clutch?
That's actually an excellent question. So yeah, we have several different types of clutches that all are just kind of depending on what you're using the car for. If it's a daily driver, if it's totally stock, a single disc clutch, where we have basically, this is our Centerforce 2. This is kind of the entry level performance clutch. It's a full face disc on both sides, so meaning there's full organic material all the way around. But you notice this one here. This is our dual friction. So it's a full face disc on one side, and then there's these segmented pucks on the other. And you'll see this a lot of times on a racing style clutch. It will be a puck style. You notice this one's a little bit more aggressive. This is pretty much a strictly racing style clutch, but you notice it's just pucks. Well, basically the way this works is, the best way I've had it explained to me, that makes sense to me, is that in terms of, it's all about PSI, it's all about holding capacity.
Okay.
And so imagine somebody standing on your chest in sneakers versus somebody standing on your chest in high heels. With that high heels, that pressure point is going to be a lot more concentrated. It's going to be more holding capacity concentrated in a smaller area, and that's what increases the amount of holding capacity overall.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I'm really excited, and I realize that they are also in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be there in February, and I'm going to make it work where I can, because you guys manufacture in-house. I would love to see how things are made, and because my nerd brain goes off, and like when you're telling me all this stuff, like this is really interesting. I really would like to see it, like to learn more about it.
For sure.
I'm not going to be racing my car. I want it to be a little bit more of a daily driver. That's why I'm going to go with overdrive with it, and learning what kind of clutch would work well in my car, but also understanding, as you said, if someone wants to have it, has a different application for their car, why would they choose a different clutch? Yeah,
we'd love to have you. We like showing off our facility. We do everything in house, so we can walk you through. If you're to that point, we could even go so far as to, you could build your own clutch if you'd like.
Maybe on another trip, because I don't know if I'm at that point yet. I'm still working on building the engine. I don't know what I want in the engine. I already know essentially what transmission I'm going to use, but I know that the engine is really important when deciding.
Yeah, so with power levels would be very important. Okay. So we know what you're going to be doing in the car. We know the transmission you're going to have. Those are all very important. But it's just the power level of the engine at that point is what we need to figure out.
Cool. I'm really excited. Thank you so much, Trent.
No problem. It's
really
a pleasure meeting you.
Appreciate it. And then we're going to see them again in February. I'm here with Michael. He is a race car driver. Like, this is really cool. I've never actually been able to speak to an actual racer before. Would you be able to introduce who you are and a little bit about what you do?
Okay. My name is Michael Malmgren. I'm 4-time European FIA Pro Stock champion, and we won the championship this year, 2023. And of course, to be a champion in a tough class like Pro Stock, you really depend on using the best stuff out there. And that's why I rely on Richmond Gears for my rear ends, absolutely stouts. And as I said, it's very critical. If you want to be a champion, you want to run fast or be the fastest car, you really got to have the best stuff out there.
And how did you get started? How long have you been doing this for?
Oh, too long. I started Pro Stock in 1992. So I've been doing Pro Stock racing for a long, long time. But I'm very passionate about the sport, and I love what I'm doing, and I will keep on doing it for a couple of more years. So I'm fired up.
Do you have plans? So you said a couple more years. Do you have plans for afterwards?
Not really. I take a year at a time. But for now, I feel still we are the top dog, and we enjoy what we're doing, and I enjoy coming over here to the PRI show every year to see my sponsors and go out around with them and say hi. It's a privilege and it's an honor for me. So I will keep going. We'll see how many years. We'll see what happens.
If someone is interested in racing or getting started, like, what is a suggestion you would give for those people that want to get into it?
Well, first of all, maybe start slow. I mean, start with what you can afford, and don't try to overdo it in the beginning, because you can easily burn yourself with the cost. So take one step at a time and learn what you have, and then that's how I started. I mean, I started said, let's do this. This is a fun thing. We knew absolutely nothing. And then we start feeling, well, now it's okay. But then you start feeling suddenly, okay, I want to win one round. I want to go round. Okay, so we get a little bit more power and you win one round. And then next you think, well, maybe if we squeeze it more, you can maybe do 2 rounds. The next time you go, okay, I want to win. So take it slowly, take step by step. Don't try to go out there and win right away, because it will be difficult, especially in a sport like drag racing. It's pretty expensive.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And if someone wants to follow what you do, is there a specific place they can go to follow your races?
Yeah, we have everything on called speedgroup.eu, and also there is a website eurodragster.com where they post all live results from the races. They can follow every round how we do and with comments. So and that mostly you can find on eurodragster.com. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm here with Brady with Scheiddiesel. I was told that truck pulling is a thing, and I think this is really cool. So would you mind introducing yourself and explain a little bit, like, what is this and like how did you get into it?
So my name is Brady Ingram, here with Scheiddiesel, and behind is a super stock diesel truck that we helped kind of campaign for Keith Witt and his wife Kyla. Started out really young. My mom and dad's been working for Scheid for 25 plus years. You know, they've kind of got me into it. My grandparents did it. Dan Scheids gave us a lot of opportunities with the pulling world, so kind of went from, you know, a pickup truck you drove off the street to now we're at this level. So it's neat to, every year we're growing and getting bigger, so it's pretty cool.
Do you know like kind of where it originated? Like why truck pulling?
That's just something I think Dan kind of got into back in the day, and then now just evolved to what it is today.
That's awesome.
You know, now Dan and Jared, they got the dragster, so they do the dragster, and us and Kent, we go play with the trucks and the dirt, so it's pretty neat to see everybody go their own separate ways. And
what is your next, did you have like a next goal that you're trying to go for?
We're always, you know, trying to win championships. You know, this last year we won the Pro Stock Diesel Truck Championships for Pro Pulling League, and Kent won the Super Stock with our with both Scheid trucks. So that was very good. Hopefully next year we're going to try and go win a Bowling Green ring. Kent won one this year with the other Scheid truck, so it's nice to just try and stay competitive.
That's awesome. If someone wants to follow along and see how you guys do you guys have social media? Like, where can people find you at?
Yeah, Scheiddiesel on Facebook. You know, you can give any of the shops a call. We got the Effingham, Illinois shop and the Terre Haute and Lafayette shop. If you need parts, anything. For this truck behind us, you can follow the Witt Farms Pulling Team page on Facebook and stay updated.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brady. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm with Josh, the owner of Freedom Race Lifts. I was just walking by and he was telling me that you guys created the first wireless lifts.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about it?
You bet. So it's brand new technology. Most of the race car lifts that are out there in the industry today are hydraulically operated or pneumatically operated. For the last 4 years, we've been developing a new line of wireless race car lifts. So you can use nothing but a cordless drill to lift up your race cars. Or today we're debuting our wireless control, which is just 100% wireless control. You can lift up your cars with nothing but 2 cordless drill batteries.
So how did you even think to come up with this idea? And you're saying you're the first, so like how did you get to this point?
Well, so I used to race dirt track cars. I grew up in a family of racers. My dad used to race dirt late models. Some really close family friends of ours used to race cars when I was growing up, so I got right into the dirt track scene when I was about 15 years old. I'm an engineer by education. My dad's also an engineer, so I kind of followed his footsteps. And we've always had kind of like this creative thinking process of new products for both what we do during the day, but we've always had great ideas to try to make our race cars faster. So this is an idea that we came up with about 4 years ago for a completely wireless system, so you didn't have to worry about hydraulic hoses, hydraulic cords, hydraulic leaks, big batteries to power your hydraulic power packs when you're in the pits. We harnessed brand new lithium battery technology, and now you can have a 100% wireless system to lift up to 4,000-pound race cars.
That's pretty crazy. So, like with wireless, it's Bluetooth, you said? Yeah,
we use Bluetooth technology. First to the industry to use Bluetooth technology to lift and lower a race car or a regular car. It's patented technology. which is really cool, being as though as I'm an engineer, right? So all this time and effort that we put into designing and developing our products, we followed what's called the ASME standards of the industry, American Society of Mechanical Engineers.
Okay.
So there's a standard for portable automotive safety lifts, and we followed that standard, and we designed the system to those rules. So they're designed and tested to a 2-to-1 safety standard. So we meet that standard before we launched it to the industry to keep people extra safe. Plus we have some patented technology that has an auto lock braking system. So it's a redundant safety system to keep people safe. We've heard a lot of horror stories out there of some fatalities, some people losing some limbs because of hydraulic systems failing on a hydraulic lift. So our idea was to make one of the safest car lifts in the industry by using a wireless technology and making it more mechanical.
And is your aim or your market more racing, or do you have like a very do you have a specific niche, or kind of like everybody?
Well, we started in the racing world because that's what we know best, right? So being as though as I'm a washed up racer now. I quit racing when I was in 2016, but still have a lot of friends and network in the racing world. So I'm kind of mimicking the Toyota Racing Development Program, where we want to prove out our designs and our technology and the rigorous hard knocks world of racing, right? Make sure our products can go through the abuse and the use that it goes when you're at the racetrack or in the pits or at your race shop. And our long-term goal is to offer a full line of wireless vehicle lifts for every consumer vehicle in the industry.
Wow, that's really cool. Well, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing what you guys do. If someone wants to follow like what you guys are doing, what you guys are going to do next, like do you have social media? Like where can people find you guys?
You bet, yeah. So we have our website, of course, freedomracelifts.com, but we also are on Instagram, so we're growing our following on Instagram. We're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, of course. And we're also on Snapchat, so check us out there. We're doing our best to constantly update what we have going on. We're really excited about the future because we have a whole line of wireless motorcycle lifts coming out. We have some wireless UTV lifts and buggy lifts and truck lifts for the off-road industry. If you're in snow country like I am, I'm from northern Wisconsin, so we have a line of wireless snowmobile lifts coming out. It's a pretty exciting time, so we're really excited about the product.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by.
Well, that was day one of PRI. I had a lot of conversations off camera and hopefully building up to do some interviews for the next couple days. But overall, I'm just really grateful. I'm just blown away by the amount of passion that people have. The overall vibe that I get is that there's a lot of family-based companies, based racing, generational, and hopefully I can get some monster truck content on here for Saturday. 3 generations in monster truck driving, and it's really cool to be here, and the fact that people are really open to teaching and talking to other people, especially someone like myself that's walking up going, well, what kind of racing is that? I don't know what that is. It's just amazing that people are willing to teach and be welcoming. So I really want to encourage everybody, especially those like myself that don't have any experience, don't have any connections, that just to go out there and ask questions, show up and not be afraid of them saying no, because the worst thing they can do is say no, right? What if they say yes? That's the biggest thing for me. So anyway, I am going to go out to dinner with the Richmond guys, and I will see you tomorrow for day 2.